What's up? Adrian Nelson here, psychic medium, regression hypnosis practitioner. I hope that you're doing amazing. I just remembered that I actually haven't put them on my mala beads and I got this from a friend. I actually use it as a pendulum. So while I'm doing the intros, if that's okay, I'm going to speak to you all. I hope that you're doing really, really good. I'm a Cancerian, so I'm a fellow water sign of yours. And that's why I like to work with silver, because it's an energy that really resonates, with that of the moon. So I hope that you guys are doing great. I'd really appreciate if you go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, because it helps my channel to grow, which I'm obviously very passionate about. Like, I'm not even going to lie about that. So this is a general reading for you for 7 till 13 November, Scorpio. Thanks for letting me do all my things. I posted on Facebook about these beautiful crystals that I got yesterday, and it's from Gemstone Junkies here in Cape Town in South Africa. And there's a post about that on my Facebook page, and there's a link for my Facebook page. If you want to join, their crystals are such excellent quality, and it's such good rates. There's actually a link for them in the description as well. Before I get into your reading, Scorpio, I just want to very quickly touch on the regression hypnosis that I do. And the reason why I want to do that is because a lot of people have been asking me about it lately. So regression hypnosis, it's obviously hypnosis. It's a specialized form of hypnosis which really goes to those deep parts. And it helps you to release all of those things in life that are holding you back. Also, a lot of people obviously have a lot of fears at the moment because, you've placed all sorts of products and things into your body, and now you're very concerned about your health and how that may affect you going forward, and have you been conned sort of by the powers that be and that sort of thing. Know that your mind is more powerful than anything. And so I've got two things that might help you: either regression hypnosis, and you can check the link in my website down below, AHNGreatLife.com, or you can also join my 8 weeks mind unlocking and psychic development course. Enough about all of that. More details there down below if you are interested in that. Let's get started with your reading, Scorpio. And we're going to start by using the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And we're going to draw you 3 cards for that, unless source guides more than that. So we're starting off with the 5 of water over there, which is the 5 of cups, Scorpio, which is about letting go, which is about setting yourself free, which is about moving forward, prosperously and beautifully and in shine and in light. So, okay, those are way too many cards. So lots and lots of messages. Spirit guides and guardian angels. If we can maybe just have, more direct messages for Scorpio, if you can just tune that down. Let's see what we have. You've got the Hanged Man. This reading is getting very, very interesting. And we've got the 3 of Earth, which is the 3 of Pentacles, as well as Transformation, which is the Death card in reverse. Now, the author prefers that in this deck we don't read the cards in reverse, but that's how they came out, sort of jumped out, and that's how I'm going to read them for you. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups, and then we've got the Hanged Man over there, but more of a sort of taking a break period. And then the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, or the 3 of Earth, came out in reverse, and then underneath the 3 of Earth was the Transformation card, which is the Death card, which is also that sort of Scorpio sort of energy, and that was in reverse. So for some of you, there's a space where it's almost like there's a lot of freedom that's available for you. Some of you may have some newfound freedom. I feel that for many of you are in the process of releasing, but if you are holding on to anything, if there is anything that you are holding on to, if there's anyone that you are holding on to, any situation, any person, anything like that that really doesn't serve your highest good. I feel that for some of you, you're sort of holding out for sort of apologies, or let's see if they feel sorry, or let me make them understand the way that they make me feel. Let it go. That all of that is holding you back, and it also causes you to maybe not be aware of beautiful channels that are opening for you at the moment. So be careful of holding on to things of the past. Be careful of trying to sort of get even and things like that, because that might be holding you back. Now, for some of you, you might be in very, especially with those two cards next to each other, some of you might be in situations that are feeling very, very unfair, where maybe people have done really, really horrible things to you. But the reminder here, Scorpio, is that, by holding on to things, you're not really doing yourself any favors whatsoever. In actual fact, you could be alienating yourself from very helpful resources that are available at the moment. So for some of you, especially if you're in a situation where you maybe feel sort of like dependent on another person, maybe like financially, or, if this is maybe like in a relationship, you're like, say, maybe in the home or a job or something like that, and you almost feel like you have to almost like minimize yourself in order to just be able to survive. You are being called to have faith here. The universe has a great plan for you. The universe has a really amazing plan for you, Scorpio. You are just being encouraged to have that faith, knowing that everything is going to be fine. Okay. Because the other thing is, there are two things that are available here for you. There is new beginnings in money that's available for you, new beginnings in provision, the possibility for you for things that your heart might desire, but for some of you still, I feel that you are stuck there in that past, and by doing that, you're sort of withholding yourself from the beautiful transformation that is available for you. And also holding on to the past is sort of like what is sort of like preventing some of you from being in the flow of your prosperity and of your own energy. Okay. And then for your tarot, we're going to use the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. I really like this deck of cards. It's got a beautiful story behind it for how it came to be published. And it's such a confirmation that miracles do happen, because the creator of this deck, Chris Ann, she was, what you call an indie publisher. So she created the deck herself, sort of had it printed herself. And then Hay House contacted her and asked them if they could mass sort of like, distribute the deck. And Chris Ann actually yesterday had a new deck of cards coming out, which I think is just super awesome. It's probably not available in South Africa yet, but I'm really, really interested to get the deck of cards. Now, let's do your tarot from here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a card for your recent past, for your current space, and for where you are heading, Scorpio, and to see what that is all about. Okay. And for any of you that do feel sort of like at the loss at the moment, that you feel very sort of, trapped in life, I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Okay, I'm sending you lots and lots of love. For those of you that are seeking for a way out at the moment, and you're not sure how you're going to, kind of get out of a sticky situation, from my heart, I want to send you such positive intention that you might find the light that you are seeking. Okay. So first card that came out there for your recent past was the Strength card, which is Leo energy. For your current space, you've got the Queen of Wands. That's a very good space to have. And then 3 cards came out for the energy that's coming towards you. Knight of Pentacles, the Wheels, and the Two of Wands. This is quite awesome. You want to stick around for this. But let's go with the recent past first. So you've got the Strength card over there. And then you've got the Queen of Wands in your current space. And then for the energy that's heading your way, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Wands. Okay. So, Scorpios, for a lot of you, there's a lot of healing that you've done there in the recent past. And a lot of that healing could have come across, I'm sorry, in ways that, it wasn't really that sort of, enjoyable or even that favorable, when you went through those stages. Some of you have gone through very, very tough phases, and many of you have gone through that alone. And even if you were surrounded by a lot of people, you could have still felt very sort of, almost like scarred in a way, and almost like standing up, feeling very unsupported. And it might be that there were people who wanted to support you, but it might have been very hard for them to grasp exactly why it is that you're the way that you are feeling, or how to help, to almost sort of like relate to how you were feeling. A lot of you also purged a lot of other people's energy that you took on. The world has been in this very crappy state sort of like for the last 2+ years, and a lot of you have been very overwhelmed by that energy, and a lot of you have sort of been activated in many ways, which is a really incredible sort of spiritual ascension, awakening, going to that next level. But when we have the experience itself, there's nothing pleasant about it. And so for some of you, it's almost like you were suffering, I would say almost like suffered on your own, suffered in silence quite a lot. And it's not so much, sorry, and I feel this is where a lot of you were maybe misunderstood. It's not so much that you didn't want to have help. It's more that, even from good intentions, some people might have wanted to help you, but it was hard for them to relate. So they were sort of making you feel worse as opposed to making you feel better. Okay. But in the current space, things are definitely looking up for you. Your magic is coming out. Your magic is beginning to shine. It's like your relationship that you have with yourself is a lot better. And you are also encouraged to be patient with yourself, to be kind with yourself. Don't hold on to the things in the past, the mistakes that you have made, the things that other people blame you for. It's so easy sometimes to sort of for others to sort of like fall into a space where they say to you, well, you didn't want to change, you didn't want to be helped, you didn't want to do anything different. But our journey is sometimes a lot more difficult for other people to relate to than what they might be willing to sort of like admit. So don't sort of like blame yourself so much for things that happened in the past that you couldn't change. Okay, now there's a space of moving forward coming for you. For those of you looking for opportunities, maybe new business ventures. For those of you that have had that situation that we spoke about earlier on, where you maybe have that space where you might be staying in certain situations that you might not enjoy, but you don't sort of, see or feel or perceive a different way out of that. There's beautiful solutions coming about for that for you. And there's opportunities coming for many of you as well, where you get the choice of whether you want to stay here or whether you actually want to go to a different space. All right, we're going to clarify using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. There are links for all the decks that I used down below in the description. Okay, there's also a link for my step-by-step tarot reading course, as well as for my 100% free oracle card reading course, which you can sign up for and you get lifetime access. My gift to you. Okay. A lot of my clients mentioned that they sort of got themselves some oracle cards lately and they didn't quite know how to read them, and I said, well, let me create you a course. One moment, please. Okay, there's a lot of cards that came out here. They came out to the floor, and I'm going to take them all for you, Scorpio. We're looking at that recent past, at that strength energy. So the first card we look at is that Seven of Cups. That's clarifying the that strength energy there in the recent past. A lot of you, I feel that it might be that you actually came through what can also almost be considered a very long period of experiencing a lot of negativity, being very misunderstood, a lot of blame, a lot of false accusations, a lot of challenges. Many of you have faced a lot of challenges in the last period. Maybe people that you thought would support you weren't that supportive, so it might have been really, really hard. Okay, now the cards that fell to the floor, I'm not sure if they fell in reverse or not, so we're just going to take them in the upright position. So you got the Page of Swords, the Devil, the Chariot, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So for some of you, I can see that you've done a lot of work on yourself. I can see that you realize a lot of the ways in which you are holding yourself back in. A lot of you have maybe realized that you're in connections, in relationships, in agreements, in jobs, in homes, with cars or whatever, that you sort of realized that weren't serving your greatest good. So a lot of you realized that you were in spaces or in situations and circumstances where you were holding yourself back. A lot of you have done a lot of inner work. Many of you didn't know what to do at certain times. You appeared very, very strong to the outside, but in the inside there was a lot of tears that were cried. And there's a lot of you that also realize, and this is a real challenge, Scorpios, and I want to send you lots of love for those of you that this resonates with. because there's a lot of you that realized that you couldn't stay in certain situations, certain connections, certain people, certain agreements that you may have made, because it just wasn't you, it wasn't serving your highest purpose. Some of you got some really nasty words and accusations and things that were coming your way as well. Okay, let's look at the Queen of Wands in your current space. Somebody's drilling something somewhere at the back. I'm sorry about that. Because for many of you, your inner magic is beginning to come out. You're beginning to shine, and it's almost like you are sort of connecting with your tribe, with your soul tribe. So if you've been feeling very lonely and sort of very kind of like, must you walk this path of life alone? Must you fight the battle on your own? Then for a lot of you, this is great news, because you are connecting with your crowd. So you've got the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Wands. All right, beautiful divine intervention. There's a lot of support that's coming in here. Some of you may decide to, or have started to go maybe to sort of like therapy, or seeing, some sort of, specialist, somebody that can help you. And I feel that you are kind of like, or if you've been considering it, you are connecting with the right person to help you, the right sort of support. Could also be a friend, maybe. What else do we have? Four of Swords and Judgment. Yeah, a lot of you know that you have to let go of certain things, certain people, certain connections, certain energies, mindsets, beliefs, because you're a different person. So, and when we change as much as you change, we often get to see how what we believed was so predominantly important in our lives sort of begins to take almost like a backseat. All right, and I feel that you're releasing yourself from a lot of sort of like limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs, and that sort of like created a lot of things in your life that you don't want to have in the first place in any case. And you're really growing in strength. Let's see what is coming towards you, or prospectively coming towards you, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Wands. You've got the King of Swords, clarity of thought. For those of you that are wondering, I don't know what I'm going to do going forward. Will I know what to do if I take this chance? What if I don't get the opportunities? What if I don't get the right help? What if I go too far and then I go, and I don't really know what to do going forward? The light is really terrible, but I'm going to finish your reading and then I'm going to change it for the other readings. Lots and lots of cards again. So you've got the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. You're becoming very wise. Realizing exactly what is for you, what is not for you. There's a lot of wisdom coming through. A lot of you have played really, really small to not sort of, make other people uncomfortable. But you're kind of done with that, which is so excellent. So you've got the Seven of Swords. You've got the Strength card again, which you remember you had there in your recent past. So the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Awesome stuff. A lot of you, and Scorpio, sometimes you can do this, and this is one of the problems that people often have with Scorpio. A lot of you can nag on and on about the same thing over and over and over and over and over until everybody's so sick and tired of hearing of it. And I feel that a lot of you are realizing how you've been doing that to yourself, because I think something that people sometimes don't realize is that you like to understand things, so sometimes you can really invest yourself into it more than what is sort of like good for you, but you're getting that and you're healing that going forward. So your healing is beautifully continuing, and some of you are realizing new offers that are coming into your life, and you're doing the inner forgiveness because you are seeing how you're holding yourself back from the goodies. And this is wonderful news, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news, Scorpio, because for those of you especially that are looking for peace of mind, that is looking for, maybe open to like a family space, living your greatest good, tired of kind of feeling like a boat drifting on the ocean, with no oars and no sail and no engine and no nothing, you are finding the magic that you've been seeking for all of your life. Okay, let's finish off with the Moonology card for you, Scorpio. So things are definitely looking forward for you, definitely moving in a very positive direction. And I like it that your path is very much about you. It's not so much about other people. Because sometimes by trying to include other Scorpio, you sometimes then, end up almost like losing out yourself. Okay? Let's see what we've got for Scorpio, please. Moonology energy for Scorpio, spirit guides and guardian angels. What is it that Scorpio needs to know? What is going to benefit them? What is the guidance for Scorpio, please? Come on. Okay. There's multiple opportunities for you because there keeps on being multiple cards. And I'm just going to read them for you. And we're starting off with that Leo energy again. New moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. Believing in yourself. New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. I love that. Full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Lots of release. And lastly, Gibbous moon. What a beautiful confirmation. You are very close to achieving your goal. And if that resonates with your Scorpio, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and claim that for yourself. Okay, so that's what I got for you. I hope that it helps. If it resonates, I'd really appreciate you liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. If you're obviously interested in a personal reading or any of my other services that I do have a look at the link for my website down below in the description. Also, even if you're not interested in a personal service, I would still encourage you to look at the website because, you know, I put the website together with the sole purpose to inspire you and to motivate you and to remind you of the beautiful being that you are. From my heart, namaste. Till next time, love and light.